Okay.
Hi, Mr. Sampson. My name is Ivan Hurlburt. I'm with Grail Inspections, and I did your inspection today for your condo in Punahou. We'll work our way into the kitchen, then we'll work our way into the living room and back bedroom areas. I can tell you the disclosure that you saw is pretty accurate. They offered a lot more cosmetic details than we did. I'm primarily looking for major damage, water staining, vermin. Primary damage is going to cause secondary damage. The good news, I didn't see any of that in this condo. A lot of little things. This is built in 1966, so 49 years old. There haven't been a lot of updates to this, so getting things up to code is the primary concern for this condo. Structurally, very sound. Before I go any farther, I can tell you we'll have a big report for you with captions and photos that I'll send to you and your agent by tomorrow morning. So the kitchen area, not a lot of updates going on in here. The appliance is all tested functional, but I can tell you that they're middle-aged and they're not going to get better with time. As you can see, the refrigerator, although functional, is working. The range was working fine, and the disclosure indicated a burner indicator was missing. I'm not too concerned about that. It did operate freely and was working fine. General comment about your windows, all jealousy windows. They're working really well for Hawaii. One little chipped pane in the back lanai, but all the jealousy windows are working really well throughout the apartment, throughout the condo. The most significant issue we found here is this low flow sink, probably due to steel piping that's throughout the whole building. It's kind of a building issue. So the steel piping is like an artery. It's starting to close in on this faucet right here. I would first approach the building and see if this is a building issue as opposed to having the whole sink replaced and you doing it on your own dime initially. There was some damage to the cabinetry, and that's annotated in the disclosure as well that I found. I did run a moisture meter throughout this, and it's actually dry, so it's old damage. But I just want to point that out that it's a little bit cosmetic, but there's old water damage to this area. There's a little bit of problems down here with just some wood rocks. I took a picture of that. You get a better picture of that in the disclosure or in the report that I sent. So that wraps it up for the kitchen. General comment about the flooring. The laminate flooring is in great shape. I saw in the disclosure a comment about how it's even and sagging. I didn't see any of that. It looks pretty plumb to me. The flooring is probably the most updated part of the condo, and to me it looks like it's in good shape. So I did check all the electric in the kitchen and the living room area. My only concern is you have no GFCI, the ground fault circuit interrupter, and any of the sockets in the kitchen. One and then the other one on the other side of the sink. So quick fix, $20 Home Depot fix, you can have that replaced or repaired very quickly to get that up to code. Here's your hot water heater. The breakers are off, and I'll talk more about the main panel here in a few minutes, but the breakers are off, so it took a minute to get to the water going and feeling that hot water, but it did work finally. So it's in good shape, good little hot water heater for this unit, and I think the capacity is probably right as well. Check the lanai for my major concern is water and environmental issues out here and structural, obviously. It's a good masonry lanai and deck area. The railing's in good shape, solid metal deck. The only issue I hear was this little face plate right here for your electric. Should be covered, obviously, because it's outside. I mean, that's what keeps this safe. So that's my only concern out here. The door right here, lock, is completely broken. There's no way to lock this door, which is a major concern for me, a safety issue. So this should definitely have a lock put into it. And in addition, it's a little hard to move back and forth. So it's functional, but without the door being able to lock, it should be taken care of. This is also non-tempered glass, so it's older glass. Probably 30 years old. I would say it's been replaced since the build. This was constructed, but it's non-tempered glass, 30, 35 years old, I would say. All right, we'll move our way to the bedrooms. There's a smoke detector here. You only have one in the unit, but I think it's old. Probably needs to be serviced or replaced. Hopefully you can see this. It's a little dark in here. This light doesn't work. Probably just a bulb needs replaced. I did verify there is electricity going to this.
Did it just turn on? Oh no, that was your flashlight.
Yeah, flashlight.
Oh.
So major comment about this panel right here. You have a stab lock panel. This is definitely original to the building. They have a 1 in 3 failure rate. Most inspectors advise don't even go into it and open it up. They just advise to get it replaced. It's kind of a safety issue for electricians and inspectors. I did go ahead and open it up anyway. You can see how old those breakers are. You have got double taps here, so instead of putting another breaker here, they just added another wire to a current breaker. So this is going to be the most significant issue for your condo here. Old service box. I would check with the building again to see what the other units have right now. They might all have this issue. The building might be aware of it. I don't know what kind of deal you're going to have with the building management, but definitely check with them first. But this is the most significant issue I've found with the apartment so far. Move our way into the bathroom. Again, you have some very old fixtures and old piping in here. There's a little bit of damage down here. You can definitely see the steel piping I'm talking about. So what you'd like to see is definitely PVC, which indicates it's newer. You've got a broken valve right here, and then another broken valve behind the toilet. So it's seen a lot of wear and tear and a lot of use, and there's, definitely needs to put a valve back on there so you can't turn off the water if there's an issue. A lot of corrosion here in the faucet or sink area, and you can see right here how corroded that is. It's not even usable. The trap's missing. The faucet head's okay. I'm getting pretty good pressure out of here, which was surprising considering all the rest of the steel piping in the condo. So plumbing, it's okay in here. You just got some old fixtures you need to replace. Probably pretty easy to do. And general state of the bathroom, the older tiling in here, a little bit chipped and worn. But generally things are functional. It's just seeing a lot of use over 49 years. Both bedrooms, there's no lighting to the top of the ceilings. They this light right here is tied to every one of the outlets, which is nice to have actually. This has been upgraded. So you turn this on and every one of the outlets will go on for a lamp. General comment about your ceiling, obviously asbestos concerned, anything below or before 1982, you have potential asbestos in the popcorn ceiling. So again, I would address with the building what kind of issue this is, and you can address it accordingly. We have one more bedroom. No significant issue in here. You are missing a slat to your bedroom door here, and that was the only issue I found in this room. Again, the windows were fine, the electric was fine in here. It looks like it's a lot of painting and upgrading at the floor. So, and that concludes the summary, Mr. Sampson. Again, like I said, I'll have a report sent out to you by tomorrow morning with your agent CC'd on it. Thank you very much, sir.